Hello, 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 everybody. How's all my funky junk friends doing? Let me just pull myself up here. We don't need to be seeing all that just yet. Hello, everybody. I want to start off with apologizing for my voice. I do have a horrible cold, and if I get to coughing, I'll probably just mute myself. So, you guys, but hey, the show must go on, right? If you're watching this, you're probably watching replay. Um, if you are, just hashtag replay so I can say hello to you. Hi, Miss Mary. Hello, Debbie. How are you guys? So, still sound real good, don't I, Mary? So, anyway, looks like we're in all the right spots. So, that's good. There's Sydney. Hello, hello. Thank you, Krista. I appreciate you. So, how are we doing today? I have a horrible cold. Blah. Who wants to start Fallout right like that, right? Stinks. You guys, today I'm in the Stand Tall crafting group. And as always, Krista does Crafter's Choice. So it's Crafter's Choice today. So what we're going to work on is I've got a 12 by 12 board. Hey, Patty. Hey, Penny. Hello. I know I do need to rest my voice, but it's so hoarse from coughing. I don't know. It's all right here, you guys. It's all right here. I don't have a fever, nothing like that. Just a horrible cough. But anyway, let's get moving. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over so you can see my table at the same time. I am using StreamYard, you guys. If you aren't familiar with StreamYard, it's just a simple way for us to be able to do the two screens and stuff like that. That was weird. My fan all of a sudden got loud. Oh, I see why. Hold on. My apron got pushed up against it. There we go. It sucked up the apron on the back. It started going blah. I needed to slow that down, right? Hello, Chad. How are you? How you doing? So, Ellen and there. Yes. Hello, Ellen. How are you? Okay, so anyway, what we're going to do here today is I have a 12 by 12 board, and we're going to use these essential stencils right here. I love these. They're from this year's fall collection. Right here you go. It's got this cute little truck, and then the Sunflower Seed Company stencil also on here. Now, we have done this one before right here. So, hey, Melissa, we've done this one. We did it on, well, this board right here. You can see it right here on there. That's an old shelf from a pie safe that was already all crackled and all that kind of stuff, and we just kind of put that on the top of it. It's real cute. So we're going to do the truck first, and if you guys follow me, you know I like to do my stuff double-sided. So my thought is I'm either going to, let me look and make sure I have another board down here. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Maybe I used it. That's okay. Actually, let me double check something here. We couldn't now. It won't fit on that pumpkin. Well, anyway, I'm going to do it double-sided. So if we have time, we'll do both sides. But we're going to start with the sunflower right here. And I'm going to do the whole board navy blue. And then I'm thinking, gosh, you guys, I keep changing my mind. Maybe not. Yes, I'm going to do it navy blue because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to make it so that you can just see my bottom here. Now, like I said, if I mute you guys, it's because I'm having a little coughing fit. And I apologize about that. Apologize about my voice, all that stuff. So I'll be using this one first. I don't know why I pulled it out. I haven't even done the board yet. But anyway, so let's just get started. Now, I like to use the Minwax water-based stains. You can get this stain tinted into any color you want, pretty much. It comes in 200 different colors. Okay? Now, they have some basic colors that they have all the time. They always have navy. They always have black. There's a barn red. There's might be a couple more. But anyway, but you can get it colored into orange, pink, lime green, all those beautiful, yummy colors. You can get it tinted into those colors. I put gloves on because I'm messy. And if I don't put the gloves on, then what will happen is I will end up having little blue fingerprints everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this staining sponge and we're just going to do this whole board. We're going to start right here. And I like to use the staining sponges. And once I'm done using it, I usually put it in a baggie. Sometimes I forget. But I just use them over and over and over again until they get to where they're not fluffy anymore, where they're kind of nasty and crunchy and stuff. Then I'll throw them away. But they'll last and last. Or sometimes, you know, when you put them in the bag, they stay wet. So that makes it nice and easy to keep using them. But they do use their fluff, and they just get to the point you just need to throw them away. Or sometimes I'll just go in and throw them all away and start over. These staining sponges I get at Arbor Freight. They're like $3.99 for 8 of them. They're very inexpensive. You probably wouldn't even need to save them. But I'm a tight one, I guess. Like buying samples from Home Depot. See, I do that too whenever I go to, we don't have a Home Depot. We have Menards and Lowe's. And I always go back and check the mistakes of the paint and stuff, because occasionally they'll have a kind of a pretty color back there, you know, where they boo-booed or whatever. You can get it fairly cheap. Always look at the clearance part in the paint department for stuff. Sometimes they'll have some stuff back there. A lot of times it's just because they're changing the way the can is, different things like that. So but yeah, the sample things are cool to use too. I bought those a couple times. I'm sitting here, my mind is wondering, because I thought I bought some not too long ago, and I'm sitting here trying to think, I wonder what I did with them. Because I don't think I've used them. Hi, Marcia. Thank you for following and sharing me. I appreciate you. I love this blue. Isn't that cool? You know, and I could put another layer on and get it darker. If I put it on too dark, I can add a little water and lighten it up. But I just love how it shows the wood grain and stuff through there. I just really, really like it. And see how this board, see those lines in this board? That's because what this board is, they have wrapped wood that you can get. And basically it is like a 1x2s, and they're kind of glued together, and then they're ran through a planer and stuff like that. I buy these sometimes. I don't buy them all the time, but I buy these when I can't find boards for my porch leaners that aren't all warped and splintered and nasty. So I'll just go buy these. They work too. The thing about these is if it says that it's 12 inches wide, it's 12 inches wide. You know, because normally when you buy a board, it's a little bit smaller than what, you know, like a 12-inch board is 11 and a half, stuff like that. But these are true to what it says it is. That's exactly what it is. So that's kind of cool too if you're wanting something exact. But this is like this piece here. Usually they come in 6-foot sections. Gosh, you guys, I am just stuttering all over the place. They come in 6-foot sections, and this is the 1 foot cut off the end of it. So, because I usually do my porch leaners 5 foot. Don't always, but most of the time they're 5 foot. I got some stain right here. If I don't wipe that up, I'm going to end up with it all over me. Just like that. Now, the other day, I did, I can't remember if it was last week when we were on here. Okay. I'm going to pop that down so I don't knock it off. And have a big old mess. Anyway, the other day we did a truck. Actually, he is right here. And I used salt wash to do the rust on there. Like that. See that? I'm thinking we might add a little bit of salt wash on this guy too when we do this truck. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like as we go. We'll just let it develop into what it is. I mean, there's not a whole lot of the truck showing, you know. But we could rust it up just a little bit. We'll have to see. There's our friend Connie. Happy Tuesday to you, sweet Connie. How are you doing? How are you doing, girl? Okay. So, what I was talking about with StreamYard is what's cool about StreamYard is we can do the double split screen here, but I am at the same time that I am broadcasting here, I am also over on YouTube. So we can stream multiple places using that. That's why I like using it. Okay, so now, truck color. I am thinking myself, that color. And then our flowers. I want to do some orange. And here's the orange. And I'm going to put a little bit of, I've got to grab the yellow. Hold on, please, ladies. Where is my yellow? It's hiding from me, you guys. There. And then, of course, the centers, we probably should do a brown color. I thought I had my paints all sit right there, and it's not any of the colors that I want. Jeez, Christy. I'm telling you right there. What do you guys think? Should we do, I know I love this truck. Should we do the truck that color? Should we do the truck red? What do you guys think? I'm not sure. There's that color. We also have this like barn red color. What do you guys think? Marcia, your grandson was just born. How exciting is that? That is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Grandma. How awesome. You'll have to post some pictures later. Send me some pictures. I want to see. I love little babies. And tell us what his name is. How cool. Teal? You guys think the teal? All right. Let's go with the teal. I love it. That is so awesome. I'm going to do the truck first because it's the main background on here. Now this is aqua. It's aqua. I was getting ready to say it looks more of a teal, but it is an aqua color. I do have more of a teal color, more of the greenish. I'm kind of liking the aqua today. So let's grab our little plate right here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little paint right here. And decide where we're going to put it, Christy. It's not that difficult. I got stuff sitting everywhere. We don't know his name. Mommy and Daddy are undecided. Oh, that's so cool. It's, when my grandson Declan was born, looks like we're going to need some green. I didn't see those leaves. There we go. We might even need some white to put under the leaves so that they really stand out. Anyway, we didn't know till after he was born. She wouldn't tell us. In fact, my maiden name is Wiley, and that's my youngest daughter's last name. And she, I love that name. And so all along, and in fact, all through her childhood, she always said that whether she had a boy or a girl, her first child's name would be Wiley. And I honestly thought that's what it was. And nope, they decided to name him. His name's actually Robert Declan. It's named after his grandpa on his dad's side. Everybody in Declan's dad's side of the family, not everybody, but most of them, have a first name but go by their middle name. So that went right along with that. But we didn't know. And so then when we found out, it was kind of like, oh, it was kind of a shocker. It was exciting, because she never said for sure what his name was going to be. But I just assumed, because being her mom, I know everything, right? Now, look, you guys, here where the flowers come up, I'm just going over that. It's okay if stuff kind of blends together. If it bothers you and you want to tape off all those little edges, you go for it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the time, because by the time we're all done here, you'll never see any of that. Okay? Now, don't forget to do your little mirrors here. And make sure that you get all the extra paint off your stencil brush. That's when you get bleed through. Let's kind of glance. See, I can't ever wait. I have to look. Let's see. That's going to stand out on that blue. Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. Okay? So, sometimes you don't know when you're using a darker color if it's going to really stand out good or if it's just going to kind of blend in and you're going to go, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have done that lighter color on top of the darker color, because now I'm going to have to do it 16 times. But I'll tell you a secret when that happens. The best thing to do is, I really should shut that fan off because it's drying my paint. The best thing to do is to put a base coat down, put some white down underneath, and then that'll make your color pop some more, because that's what we're going to do around the flowers and stuff, so that the yellow really pops, because otherwise the yellow will be a little bit toned down by the navy blue. Now I'm going to go over the wheels here. Now don't let me forget to come back and do the wheels. And I'm just going to go ahead and do them the blue color, or the teal color, or excuse me, it's aqua, just because I can. And then I'll come back and do them black. But last time I forgot to do that. So if I forget, yell at me, ladies, and say, you forgot. The wheels need to be black. But see how I'm not getting every single little spot? Just kind of, your eye is going to naturally know what the shape is. So you don't have to try to fill in every single nook and cranny. See, like right here, look at that leaf that sticks down. Isn't that cool? I tell you what, they come up with some amazing things with their stencils. And you guys, we're going to be in trouble. Or at least this girl right here is going to be in trouble. And let me tell you why. They're getting ready to have their Christmas bundle come out. And I'm telling you what, they sent sneak peeks out today, which I will post on my page. But there are some amazing stencils in there, you guys. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to lift this and look at it. Cute things. There's some of those squiggly trees. There's some of those. There's some snowmen. They're adorable. I looked at it real quick this morning when I got home. But I haven't done a post yet on it, but I will. What do you guys see what all they got? I believe, if I remember correctly, you pre-order them. I think Fridays when they go on sale to pre-order. But looky there. I like that. I do like that. Okay, so let's just sit that back down on here. Just like that. Now I want to show you guys something real quick. When I was stenciling this, I went straight from here to my board. Okay? I didn't kind of wipe it off. All right? And this paint's a little bit thinner than normal. Now look right here. See right there? I've got a little bit of bleed through right there. Do you see that? Little like chunkies. See it? That's because, and over here, see, I didn't do that. See how crisp they are? That's the difference of making sure that you get everything off of your brush. But not all is lost. Number one, nobody's going to see that. Nobody will see that. Nobody will pay any attention to that. Number two, you can take a little X-Acto knife right here, and you can just kind of scrape that paint off because it's usually sticking up a little bit. And you just got to be kind of careful. But see how I'm just going right along here and just kind of taking that extra paint off my board. See? You need to make sure it's dry. Mine's not completely dry. But you can just kind of, you can just kind of scrape that off. All right? So not all is lost when that happens. Or when I'm all done, I'll sand it anyway, so you'll never notice it. You'll never notice it. So I'm going to dry this just a tish so I don't get it on the back of my stencil. So the purpose of me saying that to you was, don't sweat that kind of stuff. Just don't sweat that kind of stuff. Right there. Okay, so let's lay this back down on here. Now what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to get some white, and I'm going to go over my sunflowers with the white. And my reason I'm doing that is because I want the yellow to kind of pop a little bit, and doing the yellow right over the navy blue, it dulls it down just a little bit. I'm not going to go crazy and get every single little spot of the stencil with this white. See how dry that is? But you can still, well, you can't on a white rag. But I'm just kind of getting a base down. You get what I mean? For it to have something to adhere to and make the color pop. So see that? Now, I didn't know this. Did you guys know that sunflowers come in different colors? I did not know that. And the reason I'm saying that is someone told me, I was working on a project. Oh, it was this fall sometime. And I was trying to decide what colors to do my sunflowers. And someone mentioned red. And I was like, red? Red sunflowers? And they're like, yeah, they come in red. And then someone else mentioned that they even come in a navy blue. Is that true? Do sunflowers come in a navy blue? I'm not sure. See, my stencil came up just a tish there because I ran it across there. I barely put me any paint. I'm going to put just a little bit more down. Oh, then of course I put quite a bit down. That's about what I needed to begin with. Did you guys know they came in different colors? I did not know that. I thought sunflowers were like the yellow, orange color, you know. But anyway, I thought that was kind of a neat thing to know. Put that up there with all the other useless information that we all share and have up in our little heads. Okay, so now see, I just kind of went over those like that. See, those look pretty just like that even, don't they? Don't they? But we're not done. We're going to keep going. Okay, so now let's get our, this is moon yellow. I like this yellow. I've had this for a minute. I don't know how old this paint is, but I don't know how old it is. But I've had it for a while. I do know that. Got a little booger on there. Actually, I had a little, don't know what I did with it now. We're going to pull that off of there. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's go with the yellow. We still doing good, you guys? All of a sudden my comments stopped, or you guys stopped talking, which is no big deal either. Okay, now see, this is I think this is a multi-surface paint. Yeah, so it's a lot thinner, a little bit shinier. See that? So it's going to be a wetter paint. Okay, so that's got a lot of stuff going on there. I'm just going to try to wipe that off. It's way up in my bristles. I laid it down in there. So I'm just going to kind of wipe some of that out of there, because that is what will cause a little bit of bleed through right there. Okay, whoops. And here we go again. And I'm just going to go around my flowers. See, that's pretty yellow. But we are going to put some orange on here too. And then, of course, we'll have our brown from the centers that'll mix in on here too. So, right there. Just like that. Did you like that scarecrow Lori was doing right before me? Wasn't that a neat scarecrow, you guys? I thought it was really, really, really cute. I saw somebody make that a long time ago, and I thought, man, that is really a cool idea. And but I've never grabbed this stuff to do it. But now watching her do it, because I thought, man, that's going to be hard. I don't want to do something that's hard, you know? And she just made it look easy peasy. So might have to make us one of those for the front door. I don't know. It's really cool, really pretty. The bad thing is I absolutely cannot stand raffia. You guys, I actually, to be completely honest, raffia honest here, I had a little bag full of raffia, and it was a disaster, and I got tired of it, so I threw it in the trash. And I've told myself not to buy any more, and because I just get so frustrated with it. So frustrated with how it gets all over the place. All over the place. Okay, now I'm just taking the orange and I'm just kind of going around the centers a little bit and up a little. It'll just add a little more dimension to our sunflowers right there. And I think it looks kind of cool when you do that. And then maybe a little bit like out on the tips. I'm not going to go crazy getting them out there. Try to get every single little spot. But I'm going to do the very best I can to get some of it. Just like that. Okay, let's see what we look like so far. We still got our centers to do and our leaves. Let's see how pretty that's looking. And the white's showing up also underneath there. And it's just kind of making it look like, you know, they're alive. They're completely alive. So I got another paint booger. I need to do better about putting my paints up so then I won't have little clobs up. See, look at that. Clips of stuff. Okay, we don't need much brown. So you notice I went with the same brush. Right there. Just going to hit that right up there on top. Okay. Now I'm just going to kind of go in the center here and work my way out, and it will get out onto the flower too. See, just kind of whoosh right like that. Now you're not going to get every single one of them little guys in there unless you really work at it, and that's okay. That's why I went over them with the yellow, and there's some orange on them and all that, so not a big deal. See these little ones here? Just do the best you can. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Getting the brown in there. And right there, that one right there, see that? See that right there? I'm not going to attempt that. I'm just going to kind of go boop, 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 like that, right there. Okay? Now let's look again. Can't help myself. I just like looking. See how pretty those are? I think those look very pretty. Hey, Jeanette. You don't like raffia either? I hate raffia. Makes my head hurt thinking about raffia. Okay, I want to show you guys something just because I can. We can also use makeup wedges to stencil with, but it's kind of along the same concept, okay? Now, see, I've got to really get in here. So I'm going to use the skinny end, okay? Because I need to get up in here like that. And that's just when a makeup wedge is good to use, is when you need to get into the little teeny tiny spots. But I just got paint on my finger. I felt it. So again, you just get you some paint. All right. And I'm going to put it on the end of my thing. And then I'm just going to dab it off. Okay. It's the same concept. You don't want a whole bunch of paint on the end of the makeup wedge either. And then just dab. And the makeup wedge matters, you guys. The Dollar Tree makeup wedges are so flimsy that they're hard to do this with. These makeup wedges, I bought them off of Amazon, but Target has them too. See how this one's a lot denser? So it's, even though you're pouncing, it keeps its form pretty good. Okay. So we're just going along like that. Right there. But using the makeup wedge does make it a little easier to get into little places. And if you really needed to do something, you could always cut some more off of here and do it a little bit different. Now I'm going to flip this up to look at it just to make sure. Yeah, it looks like we got everywhere. See the green leaves on there? Okay, so now I'm not going to throw this makeup wedge away. We're going to cut it. And now I still have a makeup wedge that I can use. So, you don't need to be wasteful. Now, same thing. I could do that. I could do the tires with that makeup wedge, and we will. We'll just do that. Another, when you're just doing like a little spot or something, use the makeup wedge because you can just toss it. You know, it's something, one less thing you got to clean, I should say. We might do the sunflower, the word sunflower in a different color there. I haven't decided yet. Let's see. Would have been pretty to do it in the yellow and orange and brown, which we might. But see, I got way too much on there. I'm just going to dab that off. Now, this black is super duper thick, so a lot of it comes off of, oops, I don't care if I got a little blue on there. Okay, so we're just using this just for the sake of not getting something else dirty. Another brush dirty right there. Just make sure you get all the way up in there. Just like that. Another thing you can do is you can take your, if you had a piece of paper, I threw away, this is my mistake. Anyway, I threw away, but you could even use this. See, I could sit this right here so that when I dab on that, I don't get it up in the top. See, I can just go right there, and I'm able to get those edges a lot better. A piece of cardstock, a piece of paper, just about anything right there. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, fun, 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 fun. I'll go over this one again because you can really see the blue still. Lay that there and get up a little bit more because they are tires. Oh, look, and I got it over into this bumper. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, you guys. Silly me. We'll go back over it with the blue just a second. Right there. Okay. So, and again, just cut that off. And you can still use this little wedge right here. Just gonna stick it over there. Now, see where I messed up right there? So I'm gonna be real careful here. I'll lay this right here. Right there, I got that. So I'm gonna just grab some more of my teal, aqua. Whoops. Whoops, I'm right down here, Christy. Lost where I was at. No problem. No problem. It's not perfect, but it's not a problem either. Okay? So I'm going to set that right there. Now, you guys, do you think we should do the word sunflower? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I want to go over it with like the yellow and the orange and the brown. Just to add a little different color there. I'm going to. Right like this. The other thing you can do is you can always get your tape out. Like in this instance here, we can get our tape out. And I can put tape. Just got to make sure I got it lined up right. Put some, don't make it do that, Christy. Don't make it stick up. There we go. And then just put a little bit on each end. And then you don't have to worry about where you stencil. See? So I was just trying to show you a couple different ways to do that. Now, I should not have, you guys, I should not have done multiple colors on the same brush, because if we do have time to flip over our board, I'm going to be wanting to use those colors again. So let me grab some, I need to get down in here and get some, a couple small brushes. Let's see, yellow, and let's grab one for the orange. Okay, and that one's already got the brown on it. All right, so we're going to go over that. Let's get our plate back right here. And oh, let's stick our finger in the white paint right there. I'm telling you guys, I'm a hot mess, aren't I? I am a hot mess. See, I can reuse these wedges if I don't get other colors all over them. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go over it with white first. We're just going to go in with this yellow. And that teal and the yellow will make it a different. You'll see that it's a little bit different color because we didn't put the white down first. But I think that's going to be okay on this part. Now, I'm going to grab some of this orange here. And yes, I get crazy on my plate here. And then I don't have any place to offload some of my paint. That's totally my fault right there. Now look, see, that's way too much paint on there. See, I'm just going to kind of go over it, but not go over it. There we go, just like that. Now I want to grab some brown too, so it kind of matches the... Okay, let's see what that looks like. I'm going to pull this up over here, because you want to be careful with your bridges. You don't want to bend them or something like that, you know? Just like that. See, that makes that sunflower kind of pop a little bit. And I kind of think I'm going to go the yellow on top of it one more time. You guys, I can't make up my mind on anything today, so bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. I think I want more yellow there. I don't want to put my dryer too close down there and melt my stencil. But I just wanted to make sure it was dry so it doesn't mush and become mud color. There we go. I think that'll be a little brighter. I'll just pull these off. Just like that. Rubber. All right, so I think we might be about done with this side. What do you guys think? You guys like that? I like it on this blue. I think that looks really pretty on there. So let's dry it a little bit. Welcome, everybody. Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. If I'm missing any comments, I apologize. So, just like that. So pretty. I think it's very pretty. I don't think I'm going to add any salt wash. I really thought I was going to and make it look a little bit rusty, but I think I kind of like it just like this. So, here we go. Just want to make sure that's dry so when we flip it over, it'll be good. Okay. So now, what we can do and what I usually do is then I take my sandpaper and I do not push. I just lay this on here and I just kind of go over it. And that just kind of knocks the edges where the paint was. And now it feels all flat and not raised up right there. I don't know what's going on there, but there's a little dot there, but that's okay. We're going to fix it. I'm going to just grab a little brush right here, because that really sticks out. I don't know what that's from. There you go. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. So anyway, there we go. There's that side. All right. Oh, what did I just knock down? And I've got my brush. There we go. Jiminy Christmas, Christy. Okay, so let's flip this over and let's do the other on this side. I mean, we've got time, and why not? So here we go. Now, the question on this side is, how do we want to do this side? Do we want to do our words white? Kind of like the way the white looked when we did it on there. So let's just go for it. I think I have 2 plates here. So I'm actually going to just put some white on my brush right here. And offload it over here. So I'm going to start over because I got a little orange involved with that. Right there. Just like that. Okay. We're just going to go over the whole thing with white, and then we'll do our flowers again. So easy peasy. Now see how this is not laying flat? That is my fault. When I washed this, I set it up on its side, and so it kind of bit down just, or it's a little bit warped. But just hold it down. Just kind of hold it down. Now, when you're doing like stripes like this, that has that real thin bridge in the middle there, you kind of want to, you don't really want to go in a circular motion. You just kind of want to brush it on kind of gently. Don't go crazy. Just kind of brush it on there, because if you go in the circular motion, it's going to move that bridge. And then that's when you're going to have, you're going to cause yourself to have a little bit of bleed through down there. So you just kind of go back and forth up there. So let's put this on here. Again, I'm going to go across all this with the white. I think it's going to be very pretty. Now, the double-sided sign. Some people say, well, why would you do the double-sided sign with the same season on both sides? Well, I don't really feel like this. I know this is sunflowers and stuff, but I don't feel like you necessarily have to use sunflowers only in the fall or the spring. So I think this is kind of like an evergreen project. It's not necessarily a seasonal project, especially with, this would be cute like in a farmhouse kitchen or something like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, for fall, even though it comes in the fall collection. You do you. And I'd like to do double-sided because, it's fun to just change your stuff every once in a while. Just kind of, you could get up in the morning and have the truck out and then just flip it over to this, and it's right there. I usually put signs like this on a little plate stand. And not only that, having both sides done, if you can see the back of it, if you set it like on a sofa table or something like that, you would be able to see that there's something on both sides rather than just a plain back. But if I hang this sign up somewhere, you're going to say, well, how are you going to put a holder on there? I'll put it directly on top. I'll put a little wire up here and have it hang by that is what I'll do. And then that way I can take it off and flip it over or whatever. Okay. So right there like that. So let's see what we got here. See, I like that white. See how it just kind of pops off that page. Looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so now let's go in with our yellow pretty much used all the yellow, so we'll just start this other plate here. Try not to go crazy like I have been. Try. Oh, way too much yellow. But anyway. Now, another good thing when you're stenciling is to take your brushes and put them in a bag with a little wet paper towel towards the bottom. And it'll keep them from, see how they're getting hard? That one I just used. But they get a little stiff. Okay, so if you're working on a bunch of projects or a big project or something, it's a good idea to put your stencil brushes in a little baggie to keep them, you know, moist. You don't want them wet, because if you get your stencil brushes wet, then what happens is it thins your paint, and then you're running into the bleed through situation again. So don't get them wet, but just so that they stay a little bit damp. Now, do as I say, not as I do. I never do that. I'm horrible about that. I should do that. Because see, if you'll notice, see, I put paint on there. See how that's kind of crunchy? But once I get the paint on and kind of work it up, it usually is okay. But most of my stencil friends are real good about putting their stencil brushes in a baggie and stuff. I am not. I don't know why I don't do it. I have baggies right over there, but I guess I feel like I don't need to. I don't know. But yeah, here my brushes are crunchy, right? Okay, I think it was, yep, there's quite a bit of brown left still over here. Just like this. Again, I think this is going to be really pretty. Right there, look at them just popped right off there. Love how they just kind of pop right off there. And that white in the background helps them pop right off of there. Now we're going to just take our little wedge again. Now it's kind of small because I cut it small. I wasn't thinking, but I can still use it. I'll get some green on here, just like this. Okay, whoops. Make sure we don't have anything shiny happening. And here we go. I'm just going to pounce that on there. And do this leaf here and these stems right here. See, that does help make it so that you can really get into some of those smaller areas there. A little easier than trying with your brush. But again, if you get some of the green on the yellow, it's not going to matter. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we should do the vines. Should we leave it alone? Or do the vines kind of, I kind of want to do the vines green. You guys, I can't help it. So we're going to just go for it. If we don't like it, we'll say daggone it, I don't like that. But I think it's going to look kind of cool. I think my stencils moved over just a tish, but we're just going to go for it. We are going to go for it. Now these, when you're doing these little skinny areas like this, it's really hard with this makeup wedge to get down into those little itty bitty areas. Now see, I'm being all frugal and crazy here, you guys. I could just get another makeup wedge out. That's not a big deal. I could get a brush out and just regular stencil these. We'll see what they look like when I get them done. I don't know why I feel like I have to use this teeny little makeup wedge here, because I started using it. But oh well. Oh well. We're all friends here, right? We don't care. We don't care that Christy's being kind of silly. So see, that's what's fun about the stencils too, you guys. We can do it a solid color and it looks great, or we can add a whole bunch of color to it and it looks great that way too. So just depends on what you're in the mood to do and what's your look you're looking for. Now, if you follow me, you know I love color. So I'm tempted to do every single thing a different color, but we'll just keep going and see what we like. See what we like. Okay, let's see what that looks like right there. Okay, how we doing there? See how they're green and white? I kind of like that. I kind of like that look. What do you guys think? What do you think? Do you think we should go down with the yellow on the Sunflower Seed Company? Then leave these white? Should I leave it alone? Hi, Sydney. Lois, I am sick. I've got a really bad cold, and I have, I'm going to do it. We got time, and I want to. So we're going to go for it. If we don't like it, like I said, sand it off and start over. Start over or paint over it. It's just paint. Always remember that, ladies. It's just paint. It's just paint. This yellow really thin. Gets way up in there. But we're going to go over the word Sunflower Seed Company. I'm going to just commit by hitting each one of the words right there. Just to have a little more. Now you can tape your stencil down, which I do highly recommend, especially if you're just starting out. I get too excited and always I don't hardly ever take my stencil down. Sometimes I do, but see how it's moving around on me? I'm holding it with my hand, but still, it would be best if I would have taped it down. Would have held in place a lot better. I'm going to go for the orange here. Now, what I want to do is I want to make sure that's dry. So I'm just going to go over that dry. Thank you, Lois. You're so sweet. I've given it to my husband. His isn't quite as bad, but he does have, he's starting to get a cough. Mine's all, I think it's like, basically, I believe I get bronchitis real easy. So I think it's bronchitis because it's real high up in my chest. But my throat is so sore from coughing. You know how you just cough real hard. But I've been taking Mucinex, so. Oh, yeah, you guys, I like that. What do you guys think? Do you like that? I like that. I don't know if maybe we should do all the words. I'm thinking, should we do all the words? Oh, you have an ear infection. Blech. Those are horrible. I hadn't had an ear infection until probably about 3 years ago. It was my first ear infection, and I thought I was going to die. And what's horrible is, I think back to all the times like our kids had ear infections and stuff, and I didn't, I can remember my daughter saying to me, Mommy, it feels like somebody's sticking a pencil in my ear, and thinking, how could your ear hurt that bad? Ooh, I'm going to tell you what, if you've never had an ear infection, it can hurt that bad. Those things are horrible. It's just like all of a sudden you're like, ow, you can't lay down on your ear right. Probably making poor Lois feel horrible. She has one, and I'm sitting here talking about how horrible it is, but they are. I hate them. I don't like ear infections at all. I didn't like that at all. That's big baby about it. You can ask my husband. He would probably tell you I'm always a big baby about stuff. It's okay. So is he, right? So is he. In fact, when I get off here, I'm probably going to run in town and get us some more cold medicine because we've both been working on the same box and it's about gone. I definitely don't want to run out of it. So, all right. So, hello, Sandy Pyle from Indiana. How are you, girl? We've had some warm weather this week up here, but I think it's supposed to start dropping down this weekend. I'm going up to Michigan. Okay, let's see what this looks like. What do you guys think? Oh, yes. I like it. I think I like that a lot. What do you guys think? What do you think? I think that looks good. I almost like it better than the truck. And I would not normally say that. Love how that looks, you guys. My favorite in a long time. My favorite in a long time. Now, normally I go through and I frame in my projects, which I'll take my brush and I'll go around the edges with some of the colors that I use to frame it in. But I'm kind of liking this one just like it is. Now, a couple things that we could have done if we wanted this to fit perfectly on this board. We could have extended these lines here and then moved like these guys out here. You know, if you really want it to fit perfectly on your board, you can always do something like that. So, I mean, you don't need to necessarily. I'm just saying if you wanted to. Another thing we could have done is these vines right here. There's a background stencil that Essential Stencil has that has all these little viney things. And we could have taped that off and done this whole edge around here with the vines, you know, to pull it all together if you wanted to do it that way. I like it like this. I'm just giving you options of other stuff that you could have done to that. But, you know, that's up to you right there. And then we have this cute little truck right there. We got about 4 minutes. You guys, I will be live tomorrow morning at 8 in the morning, just on my page. If you want to come by and say hello, let's put me back up here. So I can see you guys. Hello. So I can see you guys' pretty faces. Actually, I can't see your face, but you know what I mean. But what we'll be working on tomorrow morning, and you guys seen this last week because I believe I finished this cover last week with you guys over here. This is what we're going to work on in the morning. I have a whole bunch more fun stuff to put in here, but this is what we did the other day. A spread that we did in the book right here, with some of those rice papers. Isn't that pretty? Now there's a few more things I want to do to this page, but we're going to just keep moving and do some other fun stuff in here. Let's look at that owl. I think he would be fun in here somewhere. I was going to show you that, let me find it. What did I do with them? Well, anyway, I had a couple new pages that we were going to use. They must be sitting over there on the printer still. But anyway, we're going to work in here. I want to make this a ghosty scene and stuff. So that's what we're going to do in the morning. We're going to work on a couple pages in there. If you wanted to stop by and work on that with me, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, you guys, thank you, Christy. Tammy from Ladybug and Gnomes. Ladybug and Gnomes, is that right? Oh my gosh, I feel horrible. I'm gonna have to look. I don't want to tell you wrong. Ladybug Gnomes and Crafts. Ladybug Gnomes and Crafts by Tammy is up next after me. Her link is up in my description. You can go straight over and check her out. In fact, let's just look and see if she's on just quite yet. And Ladybug and Gnomes. That's a sweet name. I love ladybugs and gnomes, you guys. My subscription group that we have, we are working on, nope, she's not on quite yet, but she will be very soon. It's not quite 3 o'clock. But we have been working on a little fairy book in my subscription group. So, not ladybugs and not gnomes, but you kind of think of fairies when you think of all that. Or at least I do. So, all kinds of fun stuff going on over here at Funky Junk. So, Cindy, hello. That's fine. We did this side of this board, and we did this side of the board. Kind of like how they turned out. I think they turned out pretty cool. I don't know. I may end up going and putting some rust on here. I don't know. But I love this. I'm loving the different colors. So it's kind of looks like it's flowing or, sticking out off of there. I like that. I think it turned out really good. I'm kind of impressed with how it turned out, ladies. So anyway, go check her out, and I will see you guys in the morning. If you have the opportunity to stop by, please stop by. Let me get the lid on my paint, or I'll end up, I need to clean that lid off. We'll do that here in a second. So anyway, thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.